It's a battle of the titans as lawmakers jostle to lead the 10th National Assembly following the February 25 presidential and National Assembly elections. A few returning lawmakers in the Green Chamber have indicated interest in the number 4 job. Amongst them is Yusuf Gadi, a former Speaker of Plateau House of Assembly, Ahmed Wase, the incumbent Deputy Speaker of the House and 5-time lawmaker in the National Assembly. Others are Aliyu Betara, Chairman, House Committee on Appropriation, and Benjamin Kalu, the spokesperson of the House. Let's listen to Honorable Yusuf Gadi, one of the contestants making waves to the contest for Speaker of the House of Reps.
This country. Mr. Speaker, there's a sensitive nature to some of the videos that you make comment about. How can a Boko Haram kill a citizen of Plateau, for instance? And before shooting the man, you say you are revenging until you wipe out all the Christian people in Plateau. It brings religious disharmony. It instigates misunderstanding amongst our various faiths. Mr. Speaker, until and unless, if we are here to speak for our constituents, I don't care talking for the people of Plateau, talking for the people of Kwanshinkanche constituency, even at the risk of sounding immodest to the federal government. The federal government strategy in times of maintaining the security of this country must be looked at, must be adjusted, must be changed. Nigerians are dying, and it is unacceptable to the generality of people of this country. Until and unless, Mr. Speaker, we shy away from all political sentiment, tribal sentiment, religious sentiment, and work up to the responsibility of talking in such a manner that the security situation in this country will be controlled. Do not hope, Mr. Speaker, that we have timeline or future expectation in controlling insecurity problem in Nigeria. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, as usual, for giving me the opportunity to say my mind in this regard.
Thank you, Honorable, that they make. So I am in full, total agreement with you that our military, our men and women in uniform are doing so much out there, and we must continue to appreciate them. It is noteworthy that Honorable Gadi is a Muslim from Plateau State, and that tells you, the contents of his debate tells you that the war of religion that sometimes afflicts us is not is isolated to a few elements who misunderstand religious issues. Thank you for your contribution, Honorable Shatima.
Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable colleagues.
Gentlemen, looks like the battle has really begun. I hope I'm correct. About 10 aspirants, if I'm correct. And we also have the Speaker saying, as at this moment, he does not have any preferred candidate, or that all of them to make sure that they are peaceful in all of their doings. Bikio.
I think this will be one of the most interesting contests for the job of Speaker of the House of Representatives. And I'll be happy for the media to even organize a debate
for them all
between these people, because we are seeing some high-quality lawmakers throwing their hat in the ring, showing their interest, even before the APC leadership officially declares which zone the job of the Speaker will be zoned to. And they are already working hard, reaching out to new members and all that. A lot of things will shape the contest. Age, competence. This Honorable Gadi, Yusuf Gadi, is 41. He was Deputy Speaker in Plateau State House of Assembly. But something drew my attention to him. As a first-time Speaker in the House, as a first-time member, 6 of his bills were given assent by President Muhammadu Buhari. It's unprecedented. Nobody coming into the House of Reps has ever achieved that feat. To even have your bill assented to, it's not easy. 6, when the president, they will give the president like 16 bills, give assent. 6 of those bills were sponsored, self-sponsored by Right Honorable Gadi. They call them Right Honorable once you've presided over a house. One of the most significant bills that I've seen is the repeal of the Police Act. Because since 1941, we've been using the Police Act that the colonialists gave to us. It was this young man that came up with the idea of repealing that act and replacing it with a police act that the average policeman must be proud of. Today, the new police act has nullified inequality within the police. Women can now rise even to the level of Inspector General of Police.
Impressive.
Based on the new police act that he came up with. And not only that, you cannot arrest a woman, because the husband is a suspect. The police do it a lot. They come into my house, you are my wife, because they can't find me, they will take you away. This new police act has nullified that. Nobody is now, you cannot arrest even a relative of that person in lieu of the real suspect. Yes, you can only arrest that person after you have arrested the main suspect. Maybe both of them are culpable and all that. But to go and pick up somebody's younger brother in lieu of the person that you are after, no more. And 5 other quality bills. The 7th bill is still waiting for assent. I don't know whether the president will give assent to a 7th bill by an individual. No. How many bills does a president even give assent to in 8 years? And one person coming up with 6. And in his, they call his constituency PKK, Panshin Kanam. And I've forgotten the name, the third, but they call that constituency PKK. Panshin, trying to get Panshin Kanam Kanke constituency. That's a constituency with 70% Christian. But because of his detribalized nature, where he gives resources to both Christian and Muslim, even Christian clerics preach in church to say, look, these are the kind of people that our people should vote for. He's someone that really, the few occasions that I read stuff about him, I've been really, really impressed. And I think that he's someone who has energized this race. No one can say at this point who will win, because we still have people like Betara, the Chairman House Committee on Appropriation, who is from the Northeast, he's from Borno State. But you and I know that it will be difficult if a Borno man is actually number 2 man to say the number 4 will also be from Borno. It will be difficult. That's the essence of trying to come up with this zoning arrangement. But there are others too, like Wase, the deputy speaker, who is also from his state, And then Dogara, now that he has virtually won the race, is going to make the race even more interesting. But for now, the way it's going, I like the quality of people who really want to contest. And Benjamin Kalu, let's not forget him, from the East. He said, look, I joined the APC when nobody wanted to touch APC, spoken for APC. it's my turn. Everything revolves around what the party will say. I know that the party has the final say on where they are zoning to, but...
All right. Siki, and how interesting does it get for you? We also have a woman, Princess Onoha from Imo State.
That is where I was going to. My sister from Imo. The only woman standing. The function, we need to understand the function of the legislator. And this has to do with representation, oversight function, and also instituting constituency projects. And issue of legislation, which is very fundamental. That is meant introducing bills, quality bills, and the rest of them. When you look at the whole lot, very, very qualified Nigerians, legislators with serious pedigree. The shoe being left by Femi Gbajabiamila is a very big shoe, sincerely. He has tried. I'm not just saying it because he's a fellow Igbobian like me. He attended Igbobi College. So wherever we are very noble. We perform. He has done so well for himself. And we, all students of Igbobi College, need to salute him. We are proud of him, what he has done, and wish him well wherever he's going. But looking at the number of contestants so far, about 10 of them, I can tell you that any one of them can fit into this shoe. And Wase did very well. Whenever the speaker wasn't around, he was able to fit in, although I have my reservation about him on some of the things he was doing. There are one or two times that I totally disagree with him on some of the bets. I cannot use that to judge. We cannot use that to judge him. Now, this very young man we are looking at, I've taken my time also. I've gone through practically the resume of all of them. But I'm impressed with Gadi. If you check through and see what he did at Plateau State House of Assembly, marvelously well. And now, when he came to the National Assembly, he has also done... It's one of those. You know, when you look at the chamber, when the camera pan at the chamber, you can count the number of people that come for sitting.
Yes.
Yes. Either the Senate, it was only, I don't know when they come, whether it's during the time of sharing, I don't know, that you see them. But when you, if you understand, but when you pan the camera, you can count the
when they want to.
When they want to.
No, when they want to clear ministers.
You know there's something. But you go and check most of those clips, you only see this young man. And that I'm even surprised that he's about 41. I'm very shocked. The quality, when he talks, his presentations, when he supports bills, when you will come to realize it's somebody that also counts nerves. When there's any kind of this thing within the house, he's not the type that will go to the left or to the right and try to. He's the type that is.
You can't even the speaker said it that despite how you are a Muslim.
The fact that I remember most of the time when you have those skirmishes in Plateau State, even as a Muslim, you see him coming out and saying, no, this must not be. So that kind of a person, totally, if the Senate presidency is going to go to the southeast, Jumoke is looking at me. BKO. If it's going to go to the south, I'm saying if it's going to go to the south as we want it to go to the southeast, since we couldn't get the president and vice president, it's going to the southeast, then definitely the speakership will go to the north. And it cannot go to the north. It cannot go to the north. North Central have never produced any speaker in the last time. We from the south we've produced, at least to a large extent, deputy speaker and the rest of them. But I hope that their colleagues will be able to look in-house thoroughly and make sure that whoever they pick is somebody that can be able to fit in and be able to stabilize the house. Because most often than not, the problem is not with Senate. Because we look at those in the Senate as a bit more mature. Politically, they are more mature. You don't see them. Where the problem is always is in the House of Representatives. Because they are young people that is still young.
So much energy.
There's somebody that is presently that is about 28 years that is elected as a House of Representative member. So you can see the energy in them and the rest of them. So you need somebody that can be able to stabilize somebody that has
Somebody
between
like
the old
a
and
bridge
the,
between
the
the
old and young. That is what I'm going.
Yes,
Between
yes.
the old and young.
Right.
And someone, I hope that he gets it. But if he doesn't, I know he will also support. But this quality of those contesting is going to be a very, very good.
You know,
Let us see
out
how-
of the bills that he came up with, some are for institutions. There is a new, he came up with a bill for a training institution, a training university for the Navy.
BK, there are some people that have been in the House and Senate
We
for
can't
60
even
years
hear any
that don't have one
contribution.
single
Yes.
bill.
That's why I'm surprised.
Do you know what to take to pass a bill and go for assent?
And President will give assent to
President
six.
will give access, though it is not easy. Because
I'm-
it will go
I'm-
through the process, and you know what happened in our National Assembly? Once at the end of this term, whatever bill that was not passed, we go back. They will start all over again. That's if you are coming back. You go all over again. It's not like a system where you see that, oh, they will continue for. No, it starts all over again. So for somebody within the period, that means that it is within the period of 4 years. I think it has what it takes.
All right, so before we go, Abike, finally, now it is on record that Nigeria has produced many speakers since the First Republic. Now, this is the 10th Assembly coming up. What are expectations?
Yes, we, just as he said, Speaker Gadi has done a tremendous job, you know, always stepping in during difficult times to speak for his country. I'm really, really impressed with his leadership style, and the standard cannot drop. Gadi gave a project, 5 billion, there are new outpatient section for Luth that will have 250 rooms. You know what that means? 250. Giant project. And everyone who has been to Surulere can attest to the good work that Gadi has done. This Gadi is a younger version of Gadi. When I was reading about the projects that he has executed in his area, it's like we are even talking about a governor. Oh. So it's a thing of joy that we have someone this young, this energetic, and making the right impact. Making the right impact. There's a bill that I saw that something like that will produce, that will generate funding for the Navy to be able to buy the kind of equipment that they need, a kind of trust fund, a bill for a trust fund for the Navy, because he's chairman of the Committee on Navy. So he has really done well. We know that in the coming days we'll talk about the rest of them, but I think that at this time, the standard that Gadi has set must not drop at all. And their colleagues will be able to look inwards and ask themselves who the cap fits between Betara, if it continues to push for it, Wase, who is also from Plateau State, like his younger brother, Yusuf Adamu Gadi. Wish them good luck.
All right.